Today we are studying the book of Revelation chapter 12. This chapter 12, New International Version call it The Woman and the Dragon. The Woman and the Dragon. I want to use it with Jimmy Swaggart Bible, King James Version. That one call it The Sun-Glad Woman. This chapter 12 is very important because it has to do with something that will happen in this end of times. Chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. That's verse 1. This woman the Bible is talking about is national Israel. And a woman clothed with the sun. That sun the Bible is referring to is symbol of her glory. And the moon under her feet is speaking of dominion and dimension of her feet. And upon her head a crown of 12 stars. This is speaking of dominion regained and Israel restored. Dominion that is regained and Israel restored. Verse 2. And she, being with child, cried. She, being with child. This pertains to the 144,000 Jews who will be saved in the first half of the Great Tribulation. The book of Revelation chapter 7. Revelation chapter 7. Let's read it. Revelation chapter 7, verse 4 to 8. Verse 4 now. Revelation chapter 7, verse 4 now. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All the tribes. That is to say, 12,000 from each tribe. These are the first fruits of Israel, which are included in the first resurrection, with all of Israel coming to Christ at the second coming. So, verse 5 to 8 mentions each tribe, how from each tribe 12,000 people were saved. But unfortunately, we don't know why in the tribe of Dan is omitted and no reason is given. But when you go to verse 8, say, of the tribe of Zebulun was seed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph, Ephraim, was seed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin, was seed 12,000. So you can now see those 144,000, that is 12,000 from each tribe, are the one that verse 2 is referring to. As he said, being with child, cried, that is 144,000. Travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. So this concerns spiritual pregnancy with the agony of childbirth that is typifying in the physical what will take place in the spiritual realm. The book of Isaiah chapter 66 verse 7 to 8. The book of Isaiah chapter 66 verse 7 to 8. Verse 7 says, this Isaiah 66 now, before this travail, before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 7. This verse 7, the Bible is what is talking about is, you remember verse 6 of this verse, Isaiah 66, speak of the second coming of Christ. This verse 7 speaks of the event immediately preceding that all-important occasion. Verse 7 through to verse 17 speak not only of the travail of Israel, which will take place during the Great Tribulation, but as well of the redemption. She was delivered of a man child. This refers to the 144,000. That is why I read it for you in Revelation chapter 7. That is 12,000 from each tribe. I know we have 12 tribes of Israel. Jews who will be sealed during the first half of the Great Tribulation. Drawing forth up of great tribulation. That is Revelation 7, 4 to 8, as I read it now. Then in part 6 of Isaiah 66, verse 8 now. Who has asked such a thing? Who has seen such thing? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her child or her children. The Holy Spirit of God is just anticipating what the reader may be thinking of. He says, add such a thing. The statement for as soon as in Zion travailed, she brought forth her children is referred to the terrible horror of the later half of the Great Tribulation, and especially the Battle of Armageddon, when it looks like Israel will be totally annihilated. In this terrible judgment, producing great travail, Israel will be brought back to God. These bad parts of Israel are referred to here and in the following, the book of Daniel 12, chapter 12, 1, Zechariah 12, 10 to 13, Matthew 24, 8, etc., etc. Then let's go back to the text, that is Revelation chapter 12 that we are treating. Then verse 3 now. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. This red denotes and is murderous purpose. That is why it typified it as red, color red. Having 7 heads, this refers to empire that persecuted Israel. Even until John's day, those empires were Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And 10 horns. These 10 horns represent 10 nations that will be ruled by the Antichrist in the last days. And that is to say, those nations are the ones that will willingly support Antichrist. Willingly. And you know it's always possible because it has been in something that Antichrist and people that are behind it, all these globalist people, all these allied people, those people that believe in one world government, they have been planning this thing for ages, years back. So that is why in most of the countries worldwide, they install their people there, people that they know that will support them, people that know that they'll be able to deceive people, to cajole people, to manipulate people, to deceive them throughout these elections, rigging, sorts of things. It's been in existence for long because they know what they want to achieve. So those are the nations that will willingly, quickly be in support of the idea, the aim. So this nation that will be ruled by the Antichrist in the last days and will greatly persecute Israel. Actually, the 7 head is those 10 horns. Daniel tells us that these 10 horns representing 10 nations that will be in the old Roman Empire territory, which refers to the Middle East and parts of Europe. Daniel 7:7. He said that those 10 horns represent 10 nations will be in the old Roman Empire territory, which refers to the Middle East and parts of Europe. Daniel 7:7 states that. And 7 crowns upon his head, that represent the fact that Satan controlled this particular kingdom. As I said before, you see, what Satan normally do is that he always wants to cajole to deceive people. And that's what he's been doing. And that's what he's using those people that believe and that are following him. The same thing they are doing. Then verse 4. And he stayed, drew the top part of the stars of heaven. You can use it. This goes all the way back to the original rebellion of Lucifer against God. At that time, 1/3 of the angels threw in their lot with him. We know these stars represent angels because verse 9 tells us. And these angels, okay, let me continue first. And these angels, they are fallen angels. We normally refer to them as fallen angels. They are demons. They are demons that agree with the devil. And he cast them to the earth. Is given to us as more clearly in verse 7 to 9. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered. And see reading verse 4, which was ready to be delivered, does not pertain to be delivered, but rather the man-child, which is the 144,000 Jews who will give their heart to Christ in chapter 7. That's why I first of all read chapter 7. Chapter 7, 4 to 8, where I said that 12,000 from each tribe. That is where that in verse 4 is referring to. For to devour a child as soon as it was born. This pertains to the fact that the Antichrist will hate these Jews who have come to Christ. This will take place in the first half of the Great Tribulation, and may well be the reason or the primary reason the Antichrist will turn on Israel at that time. That's verse 4. You see what's happening? You see the devil himself, what he normally do, I've said that star that plumb to earth with him are usually considered to be the angels who fell with Satan and became his demons. They are demons. According to Hebrew tradition, 1/3 of all the angels in heaven fell with Satan. So that is according to Hebrew tradition. They fell to Satan. So let's continue. Verse 5. And see, Israel, that see refers to Israel, brought forth a man-child, as stated earlier. That man-child is the 144,000 Jews who will come to Christ during the first half of the Great Tribulation. I said Revelation chapter 7. I'm in verse 1 now, 12 verse 5 now. Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. In fact, with this rod of iron, Israel under Christ will definitely fill in this role in the coming millennial reign. And a child was caught up unto God and to his throne. I'm seeing in chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. I'm still reading in verse 5. And a child was caught up unto God and to his throne. This refers to the rapture of the 144,000, which will take place at about the midpoint of the Great Tribulation. Now, verse 6 now. And the woman fled into the wilderness. Either because New International Bible Version calls it desert. New International Bible Version calls it either you desert or wilderness. Either you refer to it as desert of wilderness. It always represents a place of spiritual refuge and protection from Satan. It's a place that has been prepared by God to be a secure place. Because God aided the woman's escape into the desert, we can be sure that he offers security to all true believers as well. Satan always wants to attack God's people, but God keeps us spiritually secure. Some will experience physical harm, but all will be protected from spiritual harm. God will not let Satan take the soul of God's true believer, God's true followers, be taken to hell. No. God always do that for us, and he will keep on doing it. So let me continue. I said the woman fled into the wilderness because we said that wilderness or desert is a place that has been prepared by God. And that woman that we are referring to is national Israel, as I said earlier on. At the middle of the Great Tribulation, the Antichrist will turn on Israel and defeat her with many thousands of Jews fleeing into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of God. This place is called Ancient Petra, located in Jordan. Let's see Isaiah 16 verse 1 to be able to understand it properly. Isaiah 16:1. Send you the lamb and the ending of Isaiah chapter 16. Moab, the protector of Israel in the tribulation. Did you see that? That in chapter 16, Isaiah 16:1 says, send you the lamb to the ruler of the land from Selah. Selah means from, that is Petra, to the wilderness, unto the mount of the daughter of Zion. The lamb that the Isaiah 16 verse 1 referred to is referred to Israel. At the midpoint of the great tribulation, when the Antichrist attacked Israel, showing his true colors, Israel will then flee to Moab, which is modern day Jordan. Matthew 24:15-24, Revelation 12:6, then 14. You can now see Moab in the Old Testament is modern day Jordan. I just want to establish that for you, or to confirm that for you. So it's modern day Jordan. So God has prepared a place for the Israelites. Isaiah 6:1-5. That they should feed her there 1,260 days. They mention here 1260 days. That constitutes almost all of the last half of the Great Tribulation. You know, Great Tribulation is going to be for 7 years. But the first 3.5 years, it was during the time that we said in the book of Revelation, chapter 7, that the Israelites, 12,000 from each tribe, will give their heart to Christ, making 144,000. Those are the ones that we call man-child that will be born. And on that 12,000, at the half of the Great Tribulation, because that 144,000 that will be giving their heart to Christ, I said that is going to annoy Antichrist, because he had wanted to annihilate all of them. He doesn't even want any of them to be saved at all. So seeing that 144,000 will give their heart to Christ, I said earlier that could be the primary aim or reason why he was so annoyed. Then he made a move so as to destroy them completely. So that 1260 days consists almost half of the last half of the Great Tribulation. The last half of the Great Tribulation is 3.5 years. The first 3.5 years we normally refer to minor tribulation, but Bible normally say Great Tribulation. But the first 3.5 years, it wouldn't be as bad as the second 3.5 years. Incidentally, Petra is now empty of people, awaiting the arrival of Jew. That Petra, that Moab, in the olden time, in the book of Isaiah 16:1, they call it Moab, but nowadays modern day Jordan, and it's called Petra, and it is now empty. It's awaiting the arrival of Jew. You can now see that God is so wonderful. I continue. And there was war in heaven, pertaining to the mystery of God being finished. Chapter 10, verse 7. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. They pertain to Satan and all the angels who follow him, being cast out of heaven. Those ones that we said they are his demons. Those people that supported him, 1/3 of angels in heaven. So they call them angels, but they are demons. Will take place at the midpoint of the Great Tribulation. When we say midpoint, that's what I said earlier on, that the first 3.5 years is minor tribulation. The beginning of the second 3.5 years, that's going to make it 7 years, is the midpoint. That is the midpoint of the Great Tribulation. At that particular time, before that once happened, the rapture will have taken place. And that is when the 144,000 will be raptured. Why the Lord has allowed Satan and his minions to remain in heaven all of this time, we aren't told. It is a mystery but it will now be fulfilled. It will now come to an end. Chapter that is the midpoint of Great Tribulation. Then verse 8 of Revelation 12. And prevail not, that is, Satan will then be defeated. Incidentally, it is not Satan who instigates this war, but rather the archangel Michael at the command of God. Verse 8 continue. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. You can see. This joins with the close of the book of Revelation, where the evil one has no more place on earth as well, but rather the place of torment forever and ever. You see the devil in Satan, or devil himself, at the midpoint of tribulation, great tribulation. Then he will be cast out from heaven completely. So that's the beginning of his calamity. So, and I said, neither was their place found any more in heaven. They be cast out of heaven completely. And let me quickly see, I also what happened to him. The book of Revelation 20:10. And the devil who deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. That marked the end of Satan regarding his influences in the world, and in fact in any part of the creation of God, where the beast and the false prophet proclaim the Father. These two were placed in the lake of fire and brimstone some 1,000 years earlier. You know the beast, that is the Antichrist, and false prophet, they have been put in lake of fire 1,000 years earlier, before even the devil himself, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Can you now see? So that's end of 12:8. Now verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, that is the devil, serpent, called the devil and Satan. He is referred to as the great dragon because of his propensity to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That is making reference to John 10:10. He is the old serpent because in his first advent, that is first appearance in the Bible, he chose to walk through a serpent. Remember what happened in Genesis chapter 3, where he deceived Eve. To be able to, he manipulated Eve through deception to be able to defeat him. He chose to walk through a serpent. Thereby is what the caused the serpent to be. Because he came, his first appearance, he chose to walk through a serpent. Thereby is what the caused the serpent to be. And that's why it became the normally referred to as subtle or treacherous. We deceive the whole world. Deception is greatest weapon. He deceives, and he himself is deceived. He was cast out into the earth, and the angels were cast out with him. They are not angels, it's demons. They are becoming demons because of rebellion. Big demon, pronouncing the beginning of the end for this evil monster. You know, verse 8, I quickly read for you what is going to be his last, what is going to come to him to be his last destination. That is what happened in 2010. Then that's end of verse 9. I will want to stop in this verse 9 so that I will break this Revelation 12 to chapter 12 into 2, because it ends in chapter 17, 1 to 17. But if I continue, it's going to be more. I want it to be part 1 and part 2. So we are going to stop in verse 9 now. And where we say, in Satan himself, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. This pronounces the beginning of the end for this evil monster. So, verse 10, we'll continue next time. because that one is beginning of something that is remarkable. So I wouldn't want